Tell me one athlete right now that's been dominating the game for 16 years straight without a loss. Tell me one. Tell me just one.
How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of Box Talk. We have a new undisputed middleweight champion of the world. And guess what? It's not GGG or the guys we thought it was going to be. Miguel Cotto shocked us all and took the title. He didn't just take it, he destroyed Martinez and ripped it from him. Ade.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Fantastic. I'm holding it in, people, because Miguel Cotto is my best fighter of this generation. He's not my best fighter ever, that's Sugar Ray Leonard, but of this generation, it's Miguel Cotto, and he showed me why. We heard from a lot of people, a lot of pros, a lot of boxers, a lot of people in the media, and to be fair, I think 90% of people thought that Martinez was going to win. That he was just too big, too fast, too strong, pretty much too everything for Cotto. Like we said, that the old adage saying where a big boxer, sorry,
Good big man would be a good little man.
Yeah, basically, and that's the kind of philosophy was looking at this fight. Cotto kind of dispelled that truth from a minute 30 in, showed us that something's going on here. And people might come back and say, oh, the knee. The knee had nothing to do with the first knockdown. The knee had not much to do with the second knockdown either. He took him out of his stride, and then after that, then everything comes back. Everything comes back.
Okay, you're saying people at the knee. I'm not saying. I think the Martinez movement was not what it was before. It was nowhere close. But at the same time, we can't take away that Cotto made him look older. If you got an older fighter in the ring who's comfortable at keeping and throwing one single shot and keeping that a long range, you let him get away with it. Cotto didn't let him get away with it. From the first minute of the round, he was on him. I was pressuring him, and you get that pressure up consistently for about round 5, and then he started to kind of box and pick his spots. But you got to make a champion or an older fighter look old, and Cotto made him look old, and that's where Cotto gets the credit more than anything else.
Cotto's very unique, and people might say, obviously, he's a 4-weight world champion, but he's unique in the sense that he's a pressure fighter, but he's not a pressure fighter on the likes of a Katsidas or a Ricky Hatton that goes in and has to take 5 to give 1, sort of thing. He's a pressure fighter that goes in, doesn't take too many shots, didn't take many shots in that fight at all, goes to the body devastatingly. Literally pounds to the body, goes to the head, steps back out of the pocket. Does it very well. I think Freddie Roach has improved his offense a lot. I mean, his offense was always good, to be fair, but it wasn't great. He started moving away from the body. He started doing single shots. He definitely did it with Pedro Diaz. He's definitely now gone back to almost a Cotto at 140 where he just attacks that body.
What I saw with Cotto last night was something that I never thought I expected to see from Miguel Cotto in a fight with Sergio Martinez. He outpowered him.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, I saw a couple
of times.
He was faster than him with hand speed. I never thought I would say Cotto was faster than Martinez in hand speed. His foot speed looks better. Again, people talking about the knees, let's forget that for now. Cotto was the better athlete against the athlete. And that's what it was.
Yeah, because that's one thing that a lot of people give him Martinez. Everyone says Martinez is an athlete. And Martinez is an athlete. Look, it's hard to... I don't like hindsight when people talk about hindsight and say, oh, yeah, but Martinez, his knee was a problem. Look, he had 2 bandages on the knees and blah, blah. Everyone knew about this knee problem before the fight, and we still picked Martinez. That was the logic. We thought, okay, if Martinez's knees can hold up a little bit, he's just too strong, too fast for Cotto. Cotto showed in the first minute that I'm not scared of your size, I'm not scared of your power. Kept circling him. It was a fantastic performance.
We all saw signs of Martinez having cracks, but we thought, he's fighting much bigger guys like Martin Murray and Chavez, and we knew they'll are very hard on your body. We knew he had injuries. We knew he had operations. We all knew this already going to the fight. Like I said, we all chose Martinez for a certain reason. But I think no one expected those injuries to have that much of a wear and tear on him. And Martinez did get old physically in the ring. And it wasn't just from injuries. His timing was off. His accuracy was off. His whole push. If you watch a Martinez fight and watch that fight, it's 2 different guys. And like I said, Cotto helped that effort by what he done. But unfortunately, Martinez is no longer an elite fighter. That's it, really. I mean, it sounds bad, but he got out-hustled, beat up, and just torn apart.
Yeah, but it doesn't make you not an elite fighter. It means the guy that beat you is an exceptional fighter. And that Cotto that we saw, and I think it was said in the post-fight interview after with Max Kellerman, that was probably the best Cotto performance that we've ever seen. And that's saying something. I don't think it is. But everyone kind of gets the rush of the blood at the moment and then says it. But that's saying something that they're even up there with that. And look, when you can go through Cotto's list in terms of who he's fought, to say that's his best performance ever at 33, coming off a couple of really hard-fought fights against the likes of Pacquiao and Margarito, is saying something about improvement. We done a Cotto Trinidad video. And look, the argument I tried to make with Ryan, I'm not trying to say that Trinidad wouldn't beat him. My argument was about legacy and where you are. And this, to me, puts him above Trinidad in terms of legacy. This is the full-weight world champion now. There's no two ways about it. He didn't pick Peter Quillin to fight. GG's probably the best at the weight, but the best in terms of resume was Martinez. He picked him, and then he went into a fight with Martinez and won the fight so convincingly that to put him out.
I mean, have you ever seen Martinez not win a round within a fight? No. I mean, you could argue maybe Martinez won round. Yeah, but I mean, it's an argument. Yeah, I mean, he lost. He lost it. There was nothing Martinez done in that fight that tells me he's got it no more. And that's like, I'm a Martinez fan. I like Martinez. Everyone knows I'm a big Martinez fan. But like I said, the speed, the power, the balance, the accuracy, it was just all gone. Yeah. It was just all gone. And like I said, I like Martinez to either go out like now and retire now, in the sense where he lost to another Hall of Famer. At the end of the day, there's going to be no shaming in the long run. If he carries on, and like I said, he can't maintain, and also he's fighting the weight with these guys that are monsters. I mean, I think it's time for him to go from there. Yeah, look, a lot of people said, a lot of people have said, especially on Twitter, that you can't reinvent the wheel, and I get it. Everyone said, okay, you know, he left his uncle in terms of training. He went to Pedro Diaz, went to Manny Stewart, now he's at Freddie Roach. It's too much. Like, he's trying to reinvent it. It shows you can. Yeah. If you're an athlete like Cotto is, if you're willing to listen and learn, it shows that you can reinvent the wheel. Now, let's be honest, he's not going to Mickey Mouse trainers. No. Let's have it right. It's Emmanuel Stewart. Pedro Diaz was an amateur champion trainer in Cuba. We know about that. Manny Stewart was a great trainer. Freddie Roach is probably the best trainer we've seen for the last 20 years. So he is going to the right trainers. I just feel like with Cotto now, the door opens again. Cotto's door almost closed slightly, where it was almost like, it was definitely never a B-side fight, don't get me wrong, but in terms of being the pound-for-pound sort of pay-per-view king up there with Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather, it was almost slowly diminishing. He was always third, he was never second.
Yeah, now this guy is second, guaranteed. And if he does take the fight against Canelo, ifs and buts, I genuinely feel we have a chance to break the pay-per-view record. Okay, I think it will go.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if that option is going to be an option for Cotto, honestly and truly. Looking right now, I think Cotto's actually put himself in a very good position, but also in a very bad position. Where now you're the undisputed middle champion of the world, but you're undersized. Even though he looked great, he's undersized. You've got other monsters in there, and he's now the name and the money in that division.
Means nothing.
If you want to be a pay-per-view star at the middle division, you fight Cotto now. And as good as he looked, but that's what GGG was watching. He's gonna want that fight. Quillin, he's gonna want that fight.
Quillin will get murdered. And they're the same training camp. The same training camp.
No. I'm just saying. Yeah. Gil's gonna want that fight. Everyone's gonna want him because he's the money. He is now in a situation where he is undisputedly the money man division. Where Martinez draws, but he doesn't really draw. He's kind of this. Cotto, like we said, is now legit number 2.
It means nothing.
It means money.
I mean, people are going to go for him. No, it's not about going for him. Cotto picks who he wants to fight. When you're in a position where you're Mayweather, Pacquiao, and Cotto, you choose. Yeah. They don't choose you. You say, I want to fight this person. That's what makes them there. And so I think Cotto's in a position where, yes, you're right, Gigi wants to fight. Gigi hasn't had a big fight yet. Yes, you say Peter Quillin wants to fight. Peter Quillin hasn't had a big fight yet. Gil, not a big fight yet. Cotto's in a position where he says, I want this fight. Give me that person. And they make that fight happen. Having belts, we've seen it with Mayweather, when Mayweather was the 154 titleist. Mayweather doesn't then choose to fight the 154 king. He chooses whoever he wants. He chooses the guy at 140, chooses the guy at 147. Cotto can literally choose anyone between 147 and 160 now, and it probably will be Canelo.
I don't think Cotto's that type of person. I think Cotto always tries to fight the best and prove himself. So I don't think he'll pick and choose, but he won't pick and choose bad opposition. The opposition around him now is quality opposition. There's no guarantee Canelo gets past Lara.
Of course not.
There's no guarantee. And then you're looking at the other contenders around him. I think he's going to go for a different route for all. If he's going to forget that middleweight, I think he's going to go for Mayweather and get the rematch. Because Mayweather needs an opponent. And that's a big money fight for both of them. I could say that for having that fight's more marketable now than it was previously. That's the route I think is going to happen. But like I said, Cotto don't pick jokes.
No, I don't. And the reason I don't think it will go for Mayweather is that, unfortunately for Cotto, as big as Cotto is, and I think Cotto is definitely bigger now. Against Mayweather, he still will be the B-side. Mayweather will still have all the this is what you... Mayweather still takes most of that money. Against Canelo, he's the A-side. And I think he wants to be in control and pick his fights. He doesn't need the Mayweather fight anymore.
Cotto's in a bargaining position where Mayweather would love to have that middleweight title. and it's a middleweight he could actually fight, and he's beat before, which kind of fits Mayweather's persona of picking fights. But looking at it right now, when you're the undisputed champion of the world, you're on the up right now. Mayweather can't dictate to Cotto what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. It will be what you call a negotiation. Mayweather might have an edge overall in pay-per-view numbers and pay-per-view figures and make more money than Cotto, yes. But Cotto will not make more money with anyone else than with Mayweather.
I disagree. I genuinely disagree. I think Canelo, Cotto, right now, especially if Trout, if Canelo can get through Lara, we're talking about two people that are backed by countries. Remember, Mayweather's backed by a persona and by a few Americans. He's not backed by a whole nation. We're talking Mexico versus Puerto Rico in probably a catchweight belt of maybe 157, 158. It could do something stupid. It's all ifs and buts, but it could be stupid.
I agree with you. It's a huge fight. It makes huge money. There's a huge pay-per-view. I understand the whole legacy part of it. I see everything of it. But I'm thinking the way things are, like I said, Mayweather's running out of people. You got middleweight title. People told Mayweather should go and fight the middleweights because he can make 154. Now he's got someone, like I said, that he's beaten before. He's in the weight package from Mayweather. It's not a huge guy like GGG or these guys. It's a guy that's around his size. That's the fight that
I don't think Cotto would want that fight. Yes, people can say Cotto's improved. Remember, let's not fault. Cotto fought, and I don't want to take it away from him. I mean, he fought a less able Martinez, should I say. You know, you pick and choose your fight. Yeah. He's fought less able Martinez. The fight against Mayweather was, just a year and a half ago? He got beat. It was a good performance, but he got beat convincingly. I don't think he's confident to think that he can go and fight Mayweather again and beat Mayweather not only that, but give Mayweather a chance to become a 6-weight world champion. I don't think he'll give Mayweather that opportunity.
Remember this year, they were trying to talk about having Alvarez have a rematch with Mayweather already, and that fight was not even competitive. Yeah, Cotto was competitive. So if they were going to try to matchmake Mayweather and Alvarez already for possibly early next year, why wouldn't they not take Cotto?
Because that was Golden Boy. Yeah. No. Golden Boy were trying to rematch Mayweather versus Alvarez because they know it's in-house fight and there isn't anywhere else. Remember, Cotto is top rank. Arum. It's signed with Arum again, top rank. Yeah, so...
He's free agent still.
No, it's signed with Arum now, so they're talking about that fight. I don't think Arum wants that fight either, or I don't think they'll go for that fight. Look, guys, what do you think? Where does Cotto go next? We've talked about this already. Does he go GGG? Does he stay at the weight? Does he go down to 154 and fight Canelo? Does he fight Lara if Lara beats Canelo?
I think Cole will stay at the weight and be the middleweight champion, but he will fight the guys that are top contenders around the 154 division. Unfortunately, I think he's too... Like I said in the first video, I think he's too small overall to fight some of these other guys that are coming down from 180, 190.
GG ain't that big.
No, not GG, but other guys in the division. That the general weight, they lose about 20 pounds, 25 pounds to come down to 160. They're big guys. I don't think Cotto can hold that type of weight with these guys. But I do think the likes of the winner of Alvarez versus Lara and Mayweather are definitely his next opponents.
Okay. Look, guys, there we have it. We have the new 4-weight world champion. Does this fight, in terms of legacy, does it put him above Tito Trinidad? I mean, is this what he needed to do? Tito was trying to go for this, couldn't do it. Cotto has done it. 4-weight world champion. The first Puerto Rican 4-weight world champion in a country full of some of the best boxers we've ever seen. He's the first person to do it, and he took the legitimate title from legitimate, by everyone's standards, #1 middleweight in the world. Where does this rank him? Even there's argument on Twitter at the moment. Is his legacy bigger than Mayweather's legacy? People are probably like, no, Mayweather beat him, Mayweather's over. Look closely at the records of who they fought. Whose legacy is better? We want you to tell us. Look closely, people. Don't just say Mayweather. Look closely at who they fought. Remember the people that Mayweather hasn't fought that really are supposed to look. Margarito Mayweather was supposed to fight, didn't fight. Pac-Man is supposed to fight, didn't fight. Martinez, all these names Mayweather was getting linked with. For some reason, Cotto fought all of them. Win or lose, he fought all of them. So whose legacy is better? Guys, look, it was a great fight. Leave your comments below. Where does Cotto go from here? So we're debating ferociously about where we think he goes. Where do you think he goes? Leave your comments below. Email us at
BoxTalk@hotmail.co.uk. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at BoxTalkUK. And please subscribe.
And guys, remember, for your latest boxing news, check out ringnews24.com. And thanks for tuning in for another post-fight edition